Hello students, this is the second part of photochemistry. Here we discuss about the laws of absorption of light. So when a light is incident upon a homogeneous medium, as we know that part of light is reflected, a part of light is absorbed, and the remaining part is transmitted. So the intensity of a light is the combination of intensity of absorbed light, intensity of reflected light, and the intensity of transmitted light. So the Boger, one of the scientists, actually investigated the range of absorption of light with the thickness of medium. But this concept was enjoyed by Lambert, who simply extended the concept. Means यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? The absorption of light with thickness of medium, इसके बारे में total study किसने start की? बोगर ने start की. बट उसी कंसेप्ट को एक्सटेंडेड किया लैम्बर्ट्स ने. दैट्स व्हाई द होल क्रेडिट गोज टुवर्ड द लैम्बर्ट्स, नॉट टू द बोगर. देन आफ्टर द बियर applied Lambert's concept to a different solution of a different concentration. So we have two laws of absorption of light. First one is called as the Lambert's law and second one is called as a Beer's law. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि when we pass a particular homogeneous light through a solution, तो वहां पे क्या क्या changes होते हैं वही हमें बताएंगे Lambert's law and the Beer's law. So firstly, we discuss about the Lambert's law. According to the Lambert's law, when a beam of monochromatic light passes through a homogeneous absorbing medium, the rate of decrease of intensity of radiation with thickness of absorbing medium is proportional to intensity of incident radiation. कि जब भी हम कोई मोनोक्रोमेटिक लाइट एक किसी होमोजेनियस एब्जॉर्बिंग मीडियम से पास करते हैं, तो पास होने के बाद जो भी इंटेंसिटी ऑफ रेडिएशन में डिक्रीज होगा विथ थिकनेस ऑफ एब्जॉर्बिंग मीडियम, ये डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल रहेगा टू द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ इंसिडेंट radiation. That's why we say that the rate of decrease of intensity of radiation with thickness of absorbing medium is proportional to intensity of incident radiation. So mathematically, this law can be expressed as minus di by dx is directly proportional to I, or we can write it as a minus di by dx is equal to ki. Here k stands for constant. Now here the di is the intensity of light, x is the thickness of medium, and k is called as a absorption coefficient constant. Now rearranging equation 1, we get di by I is equal to minus k dx. This is the second equation. Now we integrate the equation between the limits I is equal to I0 at x is equal to 0 and I is equal to I at x is equal to x. Then we get integration of I0 to I di by I is equal to minus k integration x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x dx. It can be also written as ln I by I0 is equal to minus kx, or I by I0 is equal to e raised to the power minus kx. And then finally it can be written as I is equal to I0 e to the power minus kx. So this is the equation 5. We can consider this equation 5. Now according to equation 5, the intensity of beam of monochromatic radiation decreases exponentially with increase in the thickness of absorbing medium. जैसे जैसे absorbing medium की thickness बढ़ती जाएगी, intensity of beam of monochromatic radiation हमेशा वहां पे decrease होता जाएगा. So this is called as a Lambert's law and its derivation. अब इसी लैम्बर्ट्स लॉ को हम डिफरेंट फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं, लाइक इक्वेशन 7, इक्वेशन 8, इक्वेशन 9 एंड इक्वेशन 10। अब क्या हुआ, जो कुछ भी लैम्बर्ट्स ने बताया उसी कंसेप्ट को बियर्स ने थोड़ा एक्सटेंड किया, एंड नेक्स्ट वी मूव टुवर्ड्स द बियर्स लॉ। अकॉर्डिंग टू द बियर्स लॉ, when a beam of monochromatic light passes through a solution of an absorbing substance or absorbing medium, the rate of decrease of intensity of light with thickness of solution is directly proportional to intensity of incident light as well as the concentration of solution. मतलब लैम्बर्ट्स ने कहा था कि जो डिक्रीज हो रही है इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट, ये सिर्फ इंटेंसिटी ऑफ इंसिडेंट लाइट पे ही डिपेंड है, बट बियर्स ने उसको एक्सटेंड किया। उसने कहा कि जो डिक्रीज हो रही है इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट, ये सिर्फ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल सिर्फ इंटेंसिटी ऑफ इंसिडेंट लाइट को नहीं है, एज वेल एज it is directly proportional to the concentration of a solution. So Beer's law is the extended form of the Lambert's law. This law can be stated as minus di by dx is directly proportional to I into C, where I stands for intensity of light, x stands for the thickness of medium. Here this alpha stands for absorption coefficient constant, and C is the concentration of solution. So the decrease of intensity of light directly proportional to the intensity of incident radiation as well as the concentration of solution. Now rearranging equation 1, we get di by I is equal to minus alpha C dx. अब हम इसी इक्वेशन को इंटीग्रेट करेंगे सेम वैल्यू से, दैट I is equal to I0 at x is equal to 0 and I is equal to I at x is equal to x. So हमें मिलेगा इंटीग्रेशन I0 to I di by I is equal to minus alpha C integration of x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x dx. It can be also written as ln I upon I0 is equal to minus alpha Cx, or I upon I0 is equal to e to the power minus alpha Cx, or I is equal to E0 e to the power minus alpha Cx. इसी फोर्थ इक्वेशन को हम डिफरेंट फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं, और दिस वैल्यू log I upon I0 is equal to epsilon Cx. This is called as this term is called as a epsilon. तो सिंपली हमें यहां पे यह समझना है कि जो भी लाइट की इंटेंसिटी डिक्रीज हो रही है, ये डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होती है हमेशा टुवर्ड्स द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ इंसिडेंट लाइट एज वेल एज द concentration of solution. This is called as a Beer's law. अब यहां पे जो ये टर्म है अल्फा अपॉन 2.303, this is called as epsilon, and this epsilon is also called as a molar absorption coefficient or molar absorptivity or molar extinction coefficient. epsilon को हम आप एक तो molar absorption coefficient कहो, मोलर एब्जॉर्प्टिविटी कहो, या फिर मोलर एक्सटेंशन कोएफिशिएंट कहो. सो इट इज द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ सोलूट एंड डिपेंड अपॉन द नेचर ऑफ सोलवेंट, टेम्परेचर एंड वेवलेंथ ऑफ लाइट. हियर द क्वांटिटी log I0 upon I, जो यहां पे है log I0 upon I, is called as the optical density or the absorbance, and it is denoted by A. Now the absorbance and transmittance are two opposite things. जहां पे absorbance ज्यादा होता है, transmittance कम होता है. जहां पे absorbance कम होता है, वहां पे transmittance ज्यादा होता है. So log I0 upon I is equal to A means optical density is equal to epsilon Cx. So the absorbance is the combination of epsilon, which is the molar absorption coefficient, and the concentration of solution and the thickness of मीडियम. इसी फॉर्मूला को यूज करके हम मोलर एब्जॉर्प्शन कोएफिशिएंट की वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं, दैट इज मोलर एब्जॉर्प्शन कोएफिशिएंट, दैट इज एप्सिलॉन इज इक्वल टू A डिवाइड बाय C इनटू x. ओके, सो हियर द मोलर एब्जॉर्प्शन कोएफिशिएंट इज डिफाइंड एज, उसको हम बाद में डिफाइन करेंगे. अब हमें पता चल गया है कि as the concentration of solution is increases, the absorbance also increases. So when we plot a graph of absorbance versus concentration, we obtain a straight line. But sometimes there occurs a deviation in the graph, like such type of negative deviation and such type of positive deviation. मतलब वहां पे हमें स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं मिलेगी, एक तो इस तरह का कर्व मिलेगा जिसको हम कहते हैं नेगेटिव डेविएशन, या फिर इस तरह का कर्व कॉल्ड एज अ पॉजिटिव डेविएशन. नाउ देयर आर सम रीजंस फॉर द डेविएशन, जैसे द फर्स्ट वन, presence of impurities that fluorescence or absorb at the absorption of wavelength. अगर उस सॉल्यूशन में कुछ impurity present है तब भी वहां पे डेविएशन हो सकता है, either positive deviation or negative deviation. If colored solute ionizes, associates, dissociates, undergoes hydrolysis or the complex formation occurs, यहां पे भी क्या हो जाएगा, डेविएशन हो जाएगा. जैसे देखो, अगर डिसोसिएशन हो गया, डिसोसिएशन में क्या हो जाता है, किसी भी सॉल्यूशन का कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीज हो जाता है, एंड एज कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीजेस एब्जॉर्बेंस आल्सो इंक्रीजेस, तो हमें ऑटोमेटिकली वहां पे पॉजिटिव डेविएशन मिल जाएगा इस तरह का. बट अगर एसोसिएशन होता है, एसोसिएशन में क्या होता है, दो मॉलिक्यूल्स कंबाइन हो जाते हैं, ऐसे केस में कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूशन इज डिक्रीजेस, तो हमें मिलेगा इस तरह का एरो व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज अ नेगेटिव डेविएशन. देन द थर्ड रीजन फॉर डेविएशन इज हाईली कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन. अगर सॉल्यूशन ज्यादा ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट होगा वहां पे भी डेविएशन हो सकता है. देन if it does not use the monochromatic light, it is also responsible for the positive or negative deviation. Then if the solution species undergoes the polymerization, next one, solution is turbid or contain air bubbles or impurity. If the pH, the temperature and the ionic strength are not maintained. Again, agar at high concentration, refractive index of solution can be altered, causing departure from a Beer's law. The ninth one, if the sample cell or cuvettes are not matched, and the last one, the width of slit not uniform. So these are the various reasons which cause either positive deviation or the negative deviation from a Beer's law. इसमें से कुछ भी हो सकता है. अगर इसमें से कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, so we get a straight line which is called as ideal line, और इन 10 points में अगर कुछ present होता है तो either we have a positive deviation or the negative deviation. The next point is the laws of photochemistry. There are two basic laws governing the photochemical reaction. The first one is called as the Grotthuss-Dropper law, and the second one is called as the Stark-Einstein law. दोनों के स्टेटमेंट हम देखेंगे. What is the meaning of Grotthuss-Dropper law and the Stark-Einstein law? Firstly, हम डिस्कस करते हैं Grotthuss-Dropper law. This is the first law of photochemistry, and it is also known as a law of photochemical activation. अब ये लॉ फर्स्टली प्रपोज किया ग्रोथस in 1817 and Dropper in 1841, which is combinedly called as Grotthuss-Dropper law. Now, according to this law, only that light which is absorbed by the system can bring about the photochemical reaction. मतलब हम कितने भी इंटेंसिटी के लाइट मीडियम पे या फिर सॉल्यूशन पे बम्बार्ड करते हैं, पास करते हैं, बट वो सॉल्यूशन पर्टिकुलर जिस लाइट को एब्जॉर्ब करेगा वही रिस्पॉन्सिबल है टू कॉज अ photochemical reaction. Means total incident light is not responsible to cause a photochemical reaction. Only the light which is absorbed by the system can bring about a photochemical reaction, and this is the statement of Grotthuss-Dropper law. Secondly, we have the Stark-Einstein law. This law states by Stark in 1908 and Einstein in 1912, and this is called as the second law of photochemistry. Now, according to this law, in primary photochemical reaction, each molecule of reacting substance absorbs one quantum of radiation, which leads to a photochemical reaction. मतलब each molecule of reacting substance, जितने भी reacting substance है उसका हर एक molecule absorb करता है one quantum, means one photon of radiation, which leads to a photochemical change. So the energy absorbed by each molecule in photochemical process is given by is equal to h mu. अब यहाँ पे mu क्या होता है? The frequency of radiation, और h क्या होता है? Planck's constant, and E is the total energy ना. So the energy absorbed per mole is given by E is equal to nhv, nh mu. So this equation becomes E is equal to nh c by lambda. Why? Because mu is equal to c by lambda, where c is the velocity, lambda is the wavelength, h is the Planck's constant, and n is called as the Avogadro's number. And this is the value of Avogadro's number, which is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Planck's constant 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule per second. And the velocity